No, I don't want to upgrade my plan.
Are you sure?
Absolutely. I'm not going to give Stream. I'm not going to. I'm not going to give StreamYard 20 quid a month. Thank you very much.
Is that how much it is? That's
Yeah.
It's all subscription. It's all sub.
It's a bit to me. It's a bit of a rip-off. That's why I decided to set up the radio station, because eventually we've got the phones. We're going to have a dial-in number available to us, so that people can ring in from anywhere in the world. Basically, it'll just be the cost of a local call, because it's going to be a London number. I would have thought. I mean, we could put it anywhere, but London's the good place. It's like a virtual number, so you ring into it.
Yeah.
And we hope to be able to have somebody answering it, and if it's for, depending on which radio show it's for, we'll transfer that call to wherever it needs to go.
Right.
So when if we set up the similar sort of thing over in the States, for argument's sake, they'll ring their local number, and then it'll get routed through to us, and then we can transfer it to another extension. That's the theory.
Right.
It is the theory. It's not something I quite I've got my head around.
Sure.
But I managed to break a radio station earlier. Luckily, tech support was able to sort it out, and I nearly broke my own. Well, ours. We got two people watching. I wonder if that's you and me.
That's good enough. At least we've got an interested audience.
Yeah, I think the interesting audience of one is great.
So, how did you manage to nearly break a station? How do you break a radio station?
I went into the back end of the. That sounds so wrong, but the control panel, right? And I was trying to add music in, which I did, but then I thought, oh, I know. If I use Mix, I'll be able to put whatever I want on at different times, and because we got the contact us page there, I thought it'd be a good idea, if I do go live, on my own to host the show as such, rather than it being recorded, then at least when people comment and turn around and say, well, you get that crap off and put this on, I can theoretically do what I'm requested. I do say theoretically.
Most things start theoretically, don't they? And some of them are quite successful eventually.
Yeah, well, theoretically. Oh no, we definitely got one viewer because the other one disappeared. They might come back. But to the one person who's actually out there listening, thank you. I will be totally honest. We actually get more listeners on the radio channel. Funnily enough.
Okay.
That's quite. To me, that's pretty good.
Is that the music or the chats? Do you mean?
Yeah, the music. The music. Right. The chat. The chat part of it only went live yesterday. We've got a chat facility, so people can chat amongst themselves as well.
I went on a couple of days
ago.
So
it's a chat board.
Okay.
No, it's only gone live. It's only gone live properly today. So it's being produced by Vigilante.media, who are doing a lot of work in the background for us.
Yeah.
So it's my chat page on their server. but we've embedded it into the radio. So although it says, you need to register, yeah, you do, but you can go in as a guest. And you can chat away to people while you're listening to, stuff on the radio at the same time, provided, of course, there's other people in there at the same time on the website. We're just working out, the best way to do the recorded podcasts that we've got. And then because they take up a lot of space on the server, and we're a little bit limited to that space. So we just got to be careful, which is the reason why I was thinking of doing the auto DJ away from there so that I can just put podcasts on. But we can also put links on to places like YouTube as well, so people can. I put a link up. Don't know whether it's still there. It might have been taken down, but there was one of the auditors over in America got arrested for doing absolutely nothing. Now, there's no surprise in that, I must admit, right? Because we know what the coppers are like. They get a little bit butthurt, but he got charged on the day or arrested on the day for assault.
Oh, really?
Apparently, when he was attacked or hands were laid on them, they caused the assault by putting their arm in their hand. Or am I just being sarcastic? Because basically what happened was the security guard grabbed hold of the guy's arm to stop him from going upstairs. And they're claiming that he moved into them.
As they do, yeah.
Yeah. So what did the sergeant do, or the lieutenant, or whoever it was that came out, the senior guy, arrested them. And the other two auditors that were there, they didn't do anything with at all because they weren't involved. But no time were they disrespectful. They were very nice, but yeah. Yeah, the thing is, the Americans are totally different. I mean, you do get some. There's a guy called Eli who is funny and he's prepared to stand up for himself. And he also, there's one that she's done just recently and put up where some guy decided to have a pop at him. So he, quite rightly said, yeah, challenge accepted. The guy run off. But there's a big language difference, right? Which I hadn't realised, because when I say I hadn't realised, I've only watched people who are nice recently. And then all of a sudden I caught hold of this guy, and when he loses this shit. He really does. Actually, am I allowed to say it on YouTube? Anyway, he loses his marbles.
Yeah, I think so. It's
right?
Okay.
And we take offence at anyone using the N-word, right?
Yeah.
They use it as part of their conversation.
Yeah, they can do. Yeah.
Yeah, no, well, this guy does, you with me? And I thought to myself, you can't say that.
Is this man actually a man of colour or not?
I don't. Yeah.
It could be.
Yeah.
It could be. He may not be, but he could be from a certain neck of the woods. From the
but it's just the way that people speak.
I mean, sometimes when you hear it, it's like a term of it. Is it a term of endearment? They're calling each other brother, and I think is it the way you spell it. If it's an ER, it's offensive. If it's a GA or double GA, it's like saying my brother or something similar to that.
Yeah. Well, in this case, it wasn't.
Equal.
Yeah. In this case, I don't think it was meant that way, but it was just the way that it came across. But yeah, it's one to look out for. Hello, Rasta. I'll put the link in a minute as soon as I can find it. Keeps moving. I take it you want to come up, mate.
I'm
They're
thinking
doing it all right.
if you can figure out how to mod me up, because if we're getting you those bots in,
Right,
they
yeah,
need
get rid
taking
of
out
that.
straight
Found
away.
it. Yep.
If you can figure out,
Yeah, I'm trying to sort that.
we need somebody to keep an eye on the bots.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for YouTube to load up again.
Okay.
So I'll have to try another way. Try it again. Carry on talking amongst yourselves. Oh, sorry, to yourself.
Amongst myself. Yeah.
I hate those awkward silences.
Right. Yeah. I saw what you said. This auditor you were talking about, he wasn't coming on your podcast at all, was he? It's not him. It's because I noticed I did when I went on the channel. I had to listen to BBA's first or part 1. That was interesting. Some good subjects touched upon and good conversation, bit of background and all that. But then there was another one, Fake Mike, but that wasn't active. Has that been recorded or is it just not uploaded yet?
Got a problem with that one. It's the size of the upload, apparently. Okay. It'll only allow, I think, 5 megabytes, which isn't a lot.
No, it's not.
But that's about, I think he's on it for about an hour. So I may have to put it with a link to the original one, because that was actually quite interesting.
Yeah.
But a lot of the ones that Fake Mike does are interesting. If you're ever up in the early hours of the morning, there's a radio show, usually it's between 4 and 6 our time, on RBN, RNB, Revolutionary Broadcast Network, something like that it stands for. And there's a guy on there who hosts a show called V, who is really nice guy. It's usually him and Fake Mike and a guest or 2.
Okay.
But what I find amusing is the adverts. The show's great, but the adverts are transmitted as well. And I think to myself, how do they get away with things like that? Because I forget it's being transmitted from America, you know.
Right. They're so different, are they?
Yeah. Well, they're similar, but they go a little bit further in some ways, you know. Yeah, if there's anybody in the chat who wants to come on down or come on up and have a conversation, by all means, the link is there. Apparently it does work, because I know that because Stan got in. I didn't stop him at security. However, because there was a channel that got removed and is now been reinstated, you're going to have to show your face in the back room before I let you on.
Okay, so you left the bathroom window open. I came in through there. You've got to be more careful.
Yes, I know. You crept in. The Beatles wrote a song about you creeping into the bathroom. She came in through the bathroom window. It's on the white. It's on the White Album.
Is it really? Seriously?
Yeah. It's a song.
Oh, okay.
She came in through the bathroom window.
Oh wow! I must have forgot that one. I mean, that's one of the albums I am familiar with, but probably certain songs because I used to be.
It was in with Polythene Pam.
Polythene Pam. Oh, okay.
It's in with those. Yes, Rasta, I have no problem whatsoever as long as I keep it clean and respectful. If you know what I mean. And on your head be it. Because I don't...
The White Album, I was interested in serial killers once, once in my life, and I was doing a bit of research on the Manson family, and I had to listen to that to actually connect with some of the songs that he claimed inspired him to be a serial killer. If you know what
I
I mean. Things
know,
like
it's ridiculous.
Blackbird,
But-
Sexy Sadie. What else was there? There was Number 9, of course. You reckon
Yeah.
that was talking to him directly?
Yeah, Helter Skelter.
Of course, that's the one. Helter Skelter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which-
Okay. Which Beatle at the end of it declared they had blisters on their fingers?
Oh, I can hear it now. It wasn't. I'm just going to guess at George Harrison, but it sounded like not Paul, John to me. It sounded like John Lennon.
It was Ringo.
Was it Ringo? Oh, okay.
Yes. yes.
I can hear it in my head. I can hear it. I have blisters
Yeah.
on my fingers.
Yeah, because it's one of the fastest and hardest piece of drumming that he'd done.
Oh.
Not to mention the fact they'd done about 4 different versions in one go. There are some other versions out where they screwed up, I'll say, in that session, but it wasn't so much that song. You know, when they did the recording in Abbey Road, Let It Be came out as
Yeah.
in the film,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Well,
Sorry, what was
They-
the film? What was the film? It
The-
was.
Let It Be.
Oh, I didn't realise there was a film called Let It Be.
Yeah, yeah. It was a documentary. It was them live in the studio, and they ended up on the rooftop at the end.
Notorious rooftop gig. Was that the actual?
Yes, yep, yeah,
Oh,
and that's where it
okay.
came from. George didn't want to do any more lives, any more concerts. He was against going on the road. Just wanted to stay in the studio and produce, which is fine. Ringo really didn't give a either way. You know, he liked going on the road. John wanted to go on the road, but he wanted to do a few other bits and pieces as well. And Paul had just come to the end of his end of the line with him, and it was actually Paul that decided to leave the group first. So,
Oh. Okay.
Rasta, put your face on, mate, before I see you, before I let you in. Canberra, please. Oh, he's so shy, is Rasta. No, that's not you. Turn your camera off, mate. Unless you want to have your camera on, I don't have a problem with your camera. Sorry, mate, I'm going to add you to the stream now. Hopefully.
He's gone again.
No, he's still there. He's just not
Okay.
come up. He might pop in and pop out, never know.
Was there a song called "Popped In, Sold Out"? Or am I not thinking of the Beatles? No, I'm
You
thinking of
don't,
something
no,
else, aren't I?
you are, yes. I don't know what, but
Maybe I'm getting mixed up with Rubber Soul. That was an album that I've heard that I quite enjoyed, actually. Rubber Soul.
yeah, it's an early one, that. That was a very early one, that one.
Rubber Soul. Is that the one with Tax
Right.
on it? Is it got Tax?
That's right, yeah. Hello, Rasta.
Yeah, yeah.
Hello.
Hello, welcome.
Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
and that's it, he's gone. You see, I don't get trolls. I get Rasta.
Do you think he has connection problems? Maybe he's kind of like he comes in and then
Yeah, he has a lot of connection problems. But I don't really want to go into too much detail about that. It's not fair.
Okay.
Really? No. So he's a great lad. I've had many a conversation with him over different things, and funnily enough, I agree with a lot of what he says to a certain extent.
Hey, so if you're a real big Beatles fan, can I ask you a question?
You can ask
it's
me a
like
question,
quiz.
but I'm not a great big Beatles fan.
Oh, you're not. I was going to say, how many people can you name from the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band album cover?
There's too many.
Do you know how many there are, in fact? Have you any idea?
I think there was 64 off the top of my head.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong.
All right.
It's just that 64 was the single when I'm 64, and there was
Yeah.
basically,
That's mine, actually.
yeah. Sergeant Pepper was a. They all wanted. They had this idea of doing a non-Beatles album, songs that they wouldn't normally do that they'd written,
Yeah. Okay.
and that's where Sergeant Pepper came from. They created the band so that they could play it. What they didn't think was it'd be such a massive hit.
Yeah.
Now, and it was as an album, and they even agreed to do the cartoon film from it.
Did they
Which
actually
is-
make the cartoon? I thought it was a live-action movie, to be fair, but
No. That was they went to Pepperland. I mean, come off it.
I don't think I've seen it. Then I saw one where they're all going on a coach trip.
Oh no, that was Magical Mystery Tour.
That's the one I'm thinking of. And the other one was
Yeah.
Yellow Submarine, of course, or
Yes.
Submarine.
Submarine, yes.
It's a Yellow Submarine.
Ringo at his best.
They let him sing a track once, didn't they? Can you name that track?
Which one? He had one on every single album.
Did he really? I thought he sang once. I didn't know this. You're educated.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Oh, that's because you're young. You wouldn't know.
Well, no.
I mean, technically speaking, it was even before my time, so to speak. But I should really ask Grandad because he was born around that time,
Yeah.
1860 something or other.
Yes. I was going to say, I mean, my granddad used to like certain bands like, or Elvis even. He'd listen to a bit of Elvis, Beatles, all that. So I picked up, and my dad, of course, who would follow suit. But then, it was quite a variety. And because like some of my family were musicians anyway, they had quite a varied range of interest in music. So I picked up all sorts along the way. And I think it probably rubbed off on me because I took interest in music beyond my generation. I don't know too much about the bands as such, but sometimes I recognize the music, or I know a little bit about the songs. Rasta's having a few difficulties by the sound of things.
No change there, Rasta. The link's there for anybody else who wants to go on down. Stan has promised to be on best behaviour,
I always am.
but I haven't. No, says.
No, that's right.
Maybe this is why I don't get trolls. I don't know.
Unless it's because you're the Grim Reaper.
Could be worse.
I don't know.
Could be the hand of God.
Oh, isn't it? I think, in my opinion, it's the same thing, isn't it? It's the only thing you can believe in. It's inevitable.
Well, I just sit in the middle. If you think about it, what does the Grim Reaper do? It transports people to heaven or hell.
That's right.
More to do
Well,
with
I don't-
hell.
Well, I don't know about that, but yeah, to the other side.
Yes, wherever that is.
That's another subject, isn't it? I mean, I don't know. I think we've spoken about this before, haven't we? The idea of heaven and hell and the afterlife, or was that with what's his name? The big green guy. Sleep Dream. We used to talk about that kind of thing a lot. What comes, what comes next, and we have
Well-
theories.
This is the thing about when you and I start chatting, we just go from one subject to another, and if you move away too quickly, and then you come back after making yourself a brew or getting yourself a can or whatever it is, or you nip to the loo, you come back and we're on to something else.
Yeah.
So quick. That we might come back. We are so organised. So that podcast that you heard from with me, Bear, and BBA and
Grandad.
Grandad. Thank you.
Yeah.
What did you actually think of that? So much the way it flowed, etc. Didn't it?
The way it flowed, you mean as in the actual style of it or the content?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and the content to a certain extent.
Well, I mean, the content was great. I mean, I enjoyed the content. You know, it did kind of like flow from one thing to another. Got a bit of, that's it. I mean, Bear was open about his background and stuff like that. It was a bit informative, which was quite good. You touched on different subjects. As far as the flow goes, I mean, I'm used to your style. I would say it's not a criticism or a constructive one.
It's not a criticism or constructive. That's fine.
No, that's it. It was. I'll just say it was a slow flow, if you know what I mean. That's all. I'm not. I wouldn't say that's a good or bad thing. To be fair, it was a slow flow, but then
it was. Yeah.
Do you really want a speedy flow? I'm not sure. It's not your style, is it?
Probably not. Actually, I mean, it's all about having a conversation. I mean, do you really want to talk very fast and move on to something else really quickly? I don't.
That's one of my problems in life, and when I listen back to some of these recordings, I think I need to slow down a little because sometimes I feel like I'm talking way too fast. If you know what I mean.
Well, it gives me a chance to have a break.
Right. If I speak a bit, I like the echo, by the way.
If I talk very, very slowly, do you think you could speed it up? No, seriously, folks.
I like it.
Stan can't be. He never has been able to, never will do. That's why I like him. You know.
Slow down and think at times.
He's not everyone's cup of tea, but he does to me. I'm a coffee drinker, by the way.
I'll tell you what, at the moment, you caught me at a bad moment because I have my house turned upside down, inside out. It's totally gutted. I'm bogged down. I've got nowhere to sleep. And I've just about managed to find a corner to set this up to talk to you. But having a right clear out.
I could hear it. Did anybody else hear it? Did you hear it, Stan? Because I can't see it.
No.
Smallest violin in the world.
I've been doing this for days though, and it's just I'm just taking my time, and it's taking it would take so long because I'm taking my time, aren't I?
Yeah, but have you fixed the hole? Are you fixing the hole and watching as the world goes by? Coming back to the Beatles, of course.
Oh, okay. What song's that then?
Fixing a hole. I'm fixing a hole.
Song.
Yes.
Yeah. They did write some stuff, didn't they?
Apparently it's getting better. It's getting better all the time. That was on there as well.
Fixing up. Is it really?
Yeah, I'm fixing a hole as the world goes by. Okay. You see, I would play it, but YouTube would go, you're not allowed to do that.
I think you can play it at a different speed and get away with it. Slightly slower or slightly faster.
No. That could.
That now, have they?
Yeah, well, the new rules are now in force, aren't they? So.
About the new rules? Have you looked into them? I've not even looked at them. Do you know any? Have you looked into any of the new rules? And can you tell us about them?
Okay, new rules. Don't get cut off. Do not get removed, because if you've got another channel, they will also remove those channels. And there's two ways that they can do it. One is by association of emails, email addresses.
Well, that's easy to get around.
And
you're not going to say IP address now, are you?
Whether you use an a VMP or not, they can still track your original IP address, and they ban the IP address. But they don't ban it from viewing, only from setting up. So you set one up, and if you're on the naughty list, it gets rejected.
Yeah. Okay. I think most people, well, I don't know about most, lots of people have multiple devices anyway, so it's...
Well, they have multiple they have multiple channels. So it's the channels that they take down. They take them all down. Or they can do under the new rules.
You mean as in trolls and stuff? If they get banned, like all 80 accounts might go down.
Yeah, and they all belong to the same person,
right,
and they can. YouTube can. They haven't yet, but it is in the new rules which came into effect, I believe, yesterday.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a bit harsh because even if it's not your fault, they could dig their heels in. But luckily they haven't. You know. Apparently it's not loading since they switched 5G on.
5G's on now, is it? Is that everywhere or just in certain areas?
I think it's more in certain areas because 5G is. I mean, well, Vodafone were the first ones to bring it out originally on a trial basis. Then EE got it, stroke BT, but funny enough, it only went on the EE network, but it was only in big cities.
Okay.
Now I think 5G is more available in more rural areas as a way of connection. So because it can be faster than the normal broadband speed.
Oh no! Oh no! I thought we were meant to be slow around here. That's what all the work that was going on then, because like over the last 6 months, they've had the roads up. I live rural. We have the roads up and this, that, and the other. Loads of internet connection. Probably that was the 5G they were fitting. I didn't even look into it. I just thought.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether it's 5G or whether it's OpenReach's expansion. But
that's the one. It's super fast broadband, I think it was. Now.
Yeah. Well, it falls under the enforcement agreement from the government on OpenReach to connect to rural areas and to provide a minimum of 4 gig, I believe. Not 4 gig. Is it 4 gig? 4 gigabytes. I think it is. Yeah, 4 gigabytes. So that people can run streaming services.
Okay.
So that's the reasoning why. So there's been a lot of work done. And Ross has just confirmed in the chat that it switched on yesterday in Britain. I wasn't aware that there's a big switch on, to be honest.
I've got to say, I've been having a lot of problems today with the internet cutting on and off, dipping in and out. So if it does go off, maybe it's to do with this. I'm not sure.
Sorry, what was that? You were breaking up a bit.
Really, or were you joking? Yeah.
15 loads. So yeah, no. Seriously, for a second, 5G is a very contentious issue because some people say that it's going to be fantastic because it will mean that there's better mobile internet connection, etc. And they're already sort of working on 6 and 7 behind closed doors. But apparently there's also things that it can cause illnesses, and if you're too close to it, bit like microwaves when microwaves first came out, I mean, unless you're going to stick your head in a microwave and be able to shut the door behind you, you really can't be nuked. Well, sorry, microwaved. But yeah, I mean, I can't say that I know too much about it. There are definitely two sides, and I would love to be able to do a interview or have a conversation with two people, one on one side, one on the other side, and respectfully have a chat about it, because I don't think we could do it on here. I think what I'd have to do is to use Skype, record it, and then upload it, because it's a bit like that other thing going around. If you say too much, people don't like it, and you end up being snowflaked. one way or another. But it's not something I would want to open up and say, let's have a conversation about. Yeah. Especially when I don't know the facts. You know.
Rasta just said something. He was having problems getting on. He said he's in the studio as far as it goes. But he said his friend who wanted to come on used to work on the towers and got cancer, whether it's related or not. I guess that's what his friend wanted to talk about.
Yeah, I would love to, but again, we've got this issue of Big Brother watching. And I would hate to get a notification to say that medical information has been given out. It's one of those. Away from here, yes, we can set something up, Rasta. I would love to have a conversation with you and or your friend so that we can go through a few things, and I'm more than happy to put that up on the website for people to listen to. And that way people can make their own minds up. Because obviously the more information which is out there, where people are allowed to talk, is better than the way we've got it at the moment. You know, no, that's fine, but you can talk about it in general terms, without mentioning any names or anything, which is fine. So I wouldn't want, just a possible. No, not on here on Skype. Come on here and talk about it.
It's the kind of thing you could discuss on the station, though, isn't it? Really?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I mean, would there be a way around certain things, like if you would, like story time? Hypothetically, you're talking about the idea of a sci-fi movie. Say I said to you, I'm thinking of writing a sci-fi horror, and it involved something similar to 8G or something, and it was so damaging to the people. What they had to do was inject them with nanobots to actually cope with the damage that this stuff can do. You know?
So long as we're careful regarding the story.
Yeah, but if it's a story, it's a story, isn't it? It's not like.
No. When I say careful, you'd obviously need to adjust the. It would be 8G, as you say, or something like that. You with me? And what happens, etc., or what could happen. That would be a good way around it. But it would also depend on how we presented it as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, as I said, I'm more than happy to have a conversation elsewhere. And then put it out onto the radio, where there's no censorship.
Yeah.
The only thing which I don't really want is to have any racist comments or anything like that, because that doesn't go down well with me. Never mind YouTube.
Right.
Everyone has a right to say what they like, so long as it's respectful and doesn't break any laws. And I'm not going to go into whether that be common law or something else, because common law's got nothing to do with it.
This is the YouTube law, right?
No, I think it's more to do with having respect for everybody else.
Okay.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
And if I go I know I can go a little bit far with some of my comments. Because sometimes I think before I speak. I speak before I think. And but people who come up here, if you're not, if you don't have a sense of humour, there's no point. You've got to have a sense of humour at the end of the day. And respectful comments in the chat at all times. This is what we get. It's great.
Well, that's respectful. Rusta's just said, I'm not racist. That's a respectful comment, isn't it, in itself? Why he's put it there, I'm not sure.
I never said you were. Or suggested.
No. But still, that's a fair comment. It's like, I'm not racist. That's fair enough.
Yeah, apparently he's crying with laughter.
I'm not racist. I dislike everybody.
That's my line.
Is it yours?
I cannot be called discriminative in any way, shape, or form. Why? Because I treat everyone exactly the same. I don't care if they're pink with yellow spots. It's just the way I am.
I think wasn't that a Bill Hicks quote? He goes, "I believe in he said something like, "I believe in equality. I dislike everybody equally." I think it's something round about those lines.
Yes.
Yeah, big fan.
I have equal amount of disdain for everybody. It was something like that. And it's true, actually. He did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Including himself, I think, by the sound of things. So.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of a comedian called John Carlin?
I've heard.
George Carlin, sorry.
I think I watched the show once, and I am aware of him. Yeah.
Oh, he's now. He passed away only a few years ago, but up until he was. I've seen some videos on YouTube of him, and some of the stuff that he talks about years ago and jokes about, but doesn't, I suppose, really. I mean, he is a comedian, but if you think about it and listen to what he says, and then look at the situation we're in at the moment, you go, you got that one right.
Yeah.
Especially, he was American, so he takes the Mickey out of obviously the Republicans and Democrats, and I don't think there's any fringe parties over there. But he says you've got a choice, one or the other, and they're both as bad as each other.
Exactly.
That's what we've got.
Exactly, it's pretty much the same here. We're just given the illusion of a choice.
Freedom. The illusion of choice.
The illusion of choice.
You're told you have to register, because if you don't register, you could get £1,000 fine.
I'll never have.
Right? Say could.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't get a BBC license. You do not pay for watching live TV. But I don't watch live TV. But you might do.
They can't go on.
Might and do are two different statements.
Exactly. Exactly. I don't watch live TV, and I do not buy into a license. But also, the question came up recently about why. Well, I don't know if it is fact actually. We pay for the license, and the BBC get the money. Yeah, there's other channels out there that do a similar kind of thing, but they don't get any percentage of the license fee.
You're right.
So why do the BBC get all that cash?
Because of the Royal Charter.
Okay.
The BBC was set up to be. It was before any other, and it was actually. That's the reason why it's called the British Broadcasting Company.
Corporation.
Corporation, sorry, not company. It is a company, but a corporation. It was set up to produce programs, radio and TV. TV from Crystal Palace, I think it was originally. Yeah, I'm sure it was Crystal Palace. It was the first transmitter. And it was set up for the public who could afford a TV.
Yeah.
At the time. And the resolution was, compared to today's, pretty bad, said the least. But it's only been recent that they changed some of the rules and the way that they did it, because it wasn't future-proof, because what it said was watching the BBC.
Yeah.
So, of course, when they back in the 60s, 70s, when they had the wonderful TV detective van that nobody ever saw, except on commercials.
They were like a myth. You saw a van and thought, "Is it a detector van?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it had the antennas on the top of it, etc. Now, it is true, technically, they could, even back then, detect if there was a signal being produced. Because if you've got signal coming in, you've got
hold
some
on,
sort of...
We've got a bot. Can you handle that?
How do I get rid of the bot?
Click the three dots next to it and press just block it basically, and then click
Thank
it
you.
again and put it in timeout.
Okay. Block user.
Yeah, block user and then stick it in timeout.
Well, if you block it, it goes anyway.
Yeah,
There
I
you
just
go.
noticed people do that. They block it and then time it out. I can still see it.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
there-
it's actually...
deleted. There we go. It's gone.
Yeah.
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 Forgot about the delay. Forgot about the delay.
Yeah, no, it's fine. If you see it, just point it out and I'll do whatever I can. I never realised that was a bot. Yeah. Make me a mod and I'll get rid of the bots and trolls. Rasta, as soon as I can figure out how to do something like that, then I will.
I don't know where Bumblebee is tonight, unless maybe it's because Cole's live. He's gone live tonight. I don't know if she's on there. She's good friend.
No, I've got to admit, I have no idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you see any, now know what it is, just point it out.
Right.
I thought that was something else, actually, related to somebody else. Yeah. You're delayed. We know you're delayed.
I'm delayed. Oh, can I say something about the detector?
Yes. Sorry. Yeah, we move. Sorry, this is the trouble. We digress too quickly.
The thing is about the detector vans, right? I would say in this day and age, they are perfectly capable of actually detecting through whatever methods, whether you're watching live TV or not. Okay, they're not allowed to because it's spying, isn't it? But what's stopping them? Never mind all this thermal imaging and stuff like that. Just tapping into your internet to see if you're watching it there, or they've got a device that you could get on a mobile phone even, just to find out, and then they wouldn't hassle you if you don't watch live TV. Is it because they're worried that you might watch it when they're not there or something? It's like, they could do it remotely.
It's illegal.
It is illegal, but still.
It wouldn't stand up in court.
They do a lot of illegal things, and if they just knew that you wasn't because there was no feed...
How could they prove it? Think about it.
Maybe that's why they've been sending me threatening letters for the last 3 years and never come to the door. I thought it was to do with the whole lockdowns, but they're still sending them. Oh, we're coming, and it's like, well, come on then. I'm just going to shut the door. I'm going to go with. Have you ever seen that? Is it Chili John Carney or something?
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just going to do that method. I'm tempted to film it because he's been putting a few out lately where people have been putting their CCTV or they filmed a bit. But the rule is, isn't it? Or the idea is, it's like, no, thank you, and you shut the door on their face, and that's it.
Yeah, but, I don't accept salespeople at the door.
Exactly. Nothing to me. It's like, I don't even open the letter. Well, sometimes they just go straight in the bin with a recycle, like all the other junk mail, and that's it. I don't want to buy Sky TV. I don't want to buy a TV license. I don't need any of it. I really don't. I've got my Netflix and my YouTube, and that's it. Yeah, scaremongering. That's it. Scaremongering.
Yeah, that's it. That's nothing else.
There's nothing they can do.
It's like when they turn around. It's always in red, and it's designed to attract your attention. Now,
even the envelope's red. Yeah.
Yeah. When
I thought it was a late Valentine's card, to be fair, but no.
I have to have a TV license because of the services I have and who I work for. Mm-hmm. Right, so I've got no choice. But at one time, I didn't need a TV license because I didn't have a live connection.
Yeah.
Other than the internet.
Yeah.
So if you've got just an internet and telephone line only, right? Because you can't have one without the other, unless for the majority of the country anyway. Then you don't need to worry, because in order for them to work out whether you where watching live TV. They need to be able to analyse, as you said, your stream, but they'd have to have a court order to look at the packets
Right.
which transmit and has the data. Now that software is available, right? But it's illegal to use anywhere in the world because it's spying software.
Yeah.
So no one can use it
They-
legally.
Yeah.
So if they did that and used that software, which has been created for that, and it was created originally for pirates who were downloading movies and
Yeah.
uploading movies, because it was banned on the grounds that it's against everyone's human rights because of the spying of personalised data. How, if they used that, how could they stand up in court and use that as evidence?
Yeah. Yeah.
The only way
Because,
that
because you just throw prosecution back at them, and that's all there is to it, isn't it?
Yeah.
You would be entitled to
It-
prosecute them.
it wouldn't get there
No.
because they couldn't use it. The only way that they could successfully prosecute you is if they had a warrant to come into your property.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be signed by a judge now after the changes which came into effect, I think, off the top of my head, 2015. They can turn up at your door. They can get the police who are there just to ensure that the peace is kept, but to also assist in the execution of the warrant.
Yeah.
You have to let them in, because if you don't let them in, they do have the right to get a locksmith, same as a bailiff.
Well,
Right.
they no. Okay.
Same with a bailiff.
Nah.
What
Well,
do you
the thing
do?
is, well,
Let me off nice
go on,
ladies.
go ahead, go on.
Let me finish. So, let's say they get into your property, one way or another, they're in your property. There is on YouTube a fantastic one where the guy lets them in, right?
Yeah.
Disputes the warrant, but still lets them in, right? And he watches them plug in the aerial lead into a socket, right?
Yeah.
And then the guy who's sort of in charge of the two of them turns around and says, "Will you put the TV on?" And he says, "Well, the remote's there." "No, will you put it on?" "Well, no, you're here to investigate it." Investigate, basically.
Yeah.
So eventually they get the TV on, and he says, "Right, so which channel do you use for your PlayStation or Xbox or whatever it is, and whatnot?" He says, "Well, you work it out." And he's quite obtrusive, obnoxious, but in a nice way,
Mhm.
right? Full of contempt. Nice guy. Anyway, they walk away with basically nothing at all, because all they get is a blank screen. They couldn't even work out how to change from one HDMI channel to another. But you're led to believe that it didn't have anything connected. Now, when the rules changed, or the law changed on it, what it used to say, any device capable of receiving.
Oh yeah, if you had a television, apparently
Yeah,
you could.
yeah.
You needed a license, whether you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, or a VCR or anything. Now,
Yeah.
the law changed, and you can have a TV set because it's not on the TV set.
I'm
you
a
can
gamer.
have a PlayStation, you can have an Xbox, you can have a PC, whatever. You with me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Technically, all of those devices are capable of receiving a signal.
Yep.
That's not what the issue is for them. They've got to prove that you watch it.
Yes.
So if you have nothing tuned in to any of the standard apps that come in on an Xbox or a PlayStation or anything else, right, then you can't be done for it, right? They can't go into the ins and outs of what programs you're running on your PC. They can only view,
Nope.
right? They would need a different type of warrant, right? Now, this is where they've got the issue. They have to prove that you watched it, which is the reason why you have to not say anything if and when they come in through the door. Because if you have an app, right, even on a phone, right, because the warrant is to inspect devices. If it's all locked, it's their problem. If they can't access it, it's their problem. Because they can inspect it. And that's it. But if you turn around and say something, oh, well, look, there's an app on this, there's an app on that, they can argue in a court of law that the chances are that you would.
Yeah.
So it's not really worth it from that perspective. But the best way is they knock on your door, ring your bell, whatever, and they turn around and say, I'm from TV licensing. Oh, thank you. Don't want one today. Thank you. Bye. And shut the door.
Shut the door.
Because in order for them to get that warrant, they have to have some sort of evidence that you are watching live TV.
And they cannot look through your window.
And they can look through the window.
They can't look through the window.
Oh, they can?
I don't think so. They can't just look through your window. Anything could be going on in there.
No, yes, but that's after they've knocked on the door.
I don't think so. I don't
the
think
chances are, though. Yeah, but the chances are that would be enough. If they went to the courts and said that we suspect because we happened to see, as we were walking away, the TV on ITV or on BBC or on Sky.
Oh, if it's in plain sight, yes. If it's in plain sight and your TV's facing the window and it's obvious that you've got a BBC banner or whatever, or you're playing not EastEnders, the other one.
Well, any live TV, doesn't matter what it is, it's live TV. So long as it's live TV within the UK, broadcast from within the UK.
Yeah, sure.
If it's broadcast from another country, then you don't need a TV license.
Yeah.
Unless you're watching channels which are also transmitted in the UK.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, it doesn't matter what they say. They're not going to catch me out because
I don't watch it.
TV. Exactly. They can't catch me out.
No, I'm talking in general terms, Stan. I'm not talking about you in particular. There could be any one of the millions and millions of listeners at the moment who don't have a TV license for one reason or another and refuse point blank to pay for one, which I think is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And I think it's 2027, in 5 years' time, the Royal Charter comes to an end. And basically the BBC have already been told you've got to self-finance. Oh, and by the way, it's no longer going to be a criminal offence. Because at the moment it's a criminal offence not to have a TV licence and to watch TV.
Yeah.
It's going to be dropped to a civil matter.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be interesting because it's not like you have got a parking ticket or something like that. There's still going to have to be evidence, and it would be more costly because they haven't got the law to back them up.
Yeah.
It might cost them more to take people to court, especially when they start appealing, than it is worthwhile chasing it up. It's like, 10 years ago when people were downloading stuff, sharing movies, it's not illegal to download, it was illegal to share.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you were downloading a file through a torrent system, for those, so it went onto your laptop, because there is a percentage which is uploaded, because you have to upload to reshare.
Yeah, it's the uploaders,
Right. That's the bit where they would get you because it's leaving the system, the hard drive, and being shared.
Yeah.
Now people can stream. So what they've done, very cleverly, is that these studios have found out which websites are streaming or broadcasting copyrighted material, and they get a court order for the internet service providers, all of them, to shut them down to prevent access.
Right.
And then 10 hours later, 5 minutes later or whatever, it's somewhere else.
Right.
And for some reason, people find them. I don't know why.
Because they look.
It sort of defeats the object. Yeah.
Can I just read those comments that Rasta just said? It says he missed a payment and they banned him from having a license, I believe.
No, it'll be having a payment plan.
Oh, a payment plan.
Yeah, direct debit.
He don't even have an aerial or dish. You just
yeah. Well, if you don't have an aerial or a dish, or you don't have a cable going to the property, it's not connected in any way, then there's not an issue. But if you were to sign up for any provider for a TV service, same as when you buy a TV, your details have to be provided to TV licensing. Right?
No, he says they said license. Is he saying? Is Rasta saying he missed a payment, so they banned you from having a license? Is that what you're saying?
Hey, that doesn't make sense.
That's what it sounds like. Says if you haven't entered into a contract with them to begin with, they can't do you. I mean, that sounds like
no, because all the letters, etc., are addressed to.
He's saying he was banned from having a license because he missed a payment. By the looks of things.
No, they'll have stopped the license, not banned you. So if you had a payment agreement, and you were paying via direct debit, or you were paying it through PayPal or something like that, and you don't make the license, they revoke the license, so you would no longer have a license at the property. And because they've got potentially your name, as well as your address, rather than writing to the occupier, they would write you directly because you'd already entered into an agreement with them.
Right.
So when you get these searching letters that go out, that's the issue. Yeah, I think it's the interpretation of what was in the letter. And if you've still got the letter, if you ever go knocking at the door, you can turn around and say, this property, I am banned from having a license, and there's nobody else that lives here. Bye. You can watch whatever you like live. Oh, we've lost Stan. He's gone. Okay, so now he's disappeared. It's down to me to talk to you. Okay. So, Rasta, does that help? Say I in the chat. Yeah, Stan's disappeared. He's gone forever. He is no more. Oh, hang on, he's come back on something else.
Oh, hang on.
You're back.
I'm back. It just dipped again.
Yeah. I thought you'd gone for good.
Well, you would know. You're the Reaper Man.
Yeah. I thought I was going to have to come after you. Wherever you are. Okay, banned from having a license. It was over 20 years ago. All right. I used to have the letter for that reason. Right, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Fair enough. It makes perfect sense.
I'll tell you something, though, because I don't need a license. If I spot them coming and I believe it's them, I'm so tempted to pick up a phone or a camera and actually put it in their face and go down the routes of the revoking the Section 33, verbally escorting them from the property. So I'm revoking your rights to my Section 33 rights of public access to my property. I'd like you to leave.
All implied rights.
Implied rights, even.
It's implied rights of access.
Implied rights. Because,
but you to stop the company, you have to notify the company as well as the individual. Now, the problem that you've got is that these wonderful salespeople work for a company called Capita,
Yes.
who are agents of the BBC. And I'm not talking about secret agents.
Not so.
Although they seem to think that they've got superpowers in some cases, but they can be very obnoxious and can be come across as trying to be intimidating. But they usually only do that when they come round in twos or threes, and the boys in blue. But once you told them to go, and they refuse, you can, as Rasta says, it can be deemed as harassment
trespass.
and aggravated trespass, because as soon as the owner of the land asks you, or their agent asks you to leave, and you don't, then it can be deemed as aggravated trespass, which is a criminal offence. It's the only time police should get involved, really.
Yeah. Well, I do actually feel harassed by them because they keep sending me these threatening letters, which originally I thought, why are you being like that? We know that you know. And it's like, why are you saying things like that? Because you don't know. Because I don't, They try and mess with your head, and it's like, you're not messing with my head because I've got nothing to hide.
Yeah, well, mine were filed under B for bin at one time. Well, S was Dreader, actually. But, no, I had to get one because I had when I had the broadband put in, I had to have the TV as well. And when you sign up for TV services, under the letter of the law, the companies have to send that information off to TV licensing. So they then check that against the records of whether or not there's a license at that property.
Yeah.
And if there's a license at that property, it's not a problem. But if there's no license, then they can get to you as well. They can do it that way.
They need to get with the times. Not everybody watches TV. They need to get with the times. I know lots of people that don't watch TV. It's just Netflix or YouTube, and that's it.
Well, if I watch TV, it's stuff from years ago that was broadcast years ago. I mean, I'm not talking. It's repeats. The only difference is it's live. It's been transmitted live. So technically, I suppose for that little bit of time, I would need a license. Technically, but I don't want to lose my job, which is another reason why I got it. Because because it's classed as a criminal offence, if I was prosecuted and they were successful, I would have to declare it.
Yeah, sure.
And that would put me in direct conflict with the terms and conditions and the policies of employment. So, and if I didn't declare it and they found out, I'd be out the door anyway. So it's neither here nor there. It's easier just to pay it. And I don't miss the money. It goes out by direct debit. And if I don't see, I don't miss. Yeah. I like that coal fires are very handy. They're also very warm.
They are, but the thing is, right? They're using all this paper to send to me, which is, killing innocent trees and stuff. Now, because I burn them too, they're great for starting fires in the back garden. Is it me that's responsible? Should I be recycling it, repulping it? Is it me or is it their fault for sending them in the first place? I feel like I'm wasting precious trees.
It's recycled toilet paper. Recycled paper that they use, or a percentage of it is because of the amount that they're sending out, and they've got to lower their carbon footprint. Technically, if you light a fire in your back garden and there's any smoke, you're in a smokeless free zone, you are breaking the law, because you're creating smoke in a smokeless free zone. The only time that is relaxed is on bonfire night.
Really?
for organised displays, subject to council's approval. But yeah, that's why they've opened up more tips. It's nothing to do with wanting to recycle. They realise that they can't prosecute people if they haven't got the facilities for them to take their waste to, etc.
Well, I don't drive, so if I do the gardening, I let the stuff dry out and I burn it. But I live in the countryside. I don't know if it's a smokeless zone. I really don't. It's lots of chimneys burning. Lots of people burn their waste. I don't think anybody has a problem with it.
Yeah, well, the thing is, if they've got chimneys now, the chances are that they're using smokeless coal. Smokeless, it doesn't mean smokeless, by the way. It just means that it burns at higher temperature, and that way there isn't as much smoke produced, and it puts them under whatever the percentage rates are.
Well, we at the shop we sell a lot of the stuff, and we don't sell that. We do sell the coal at times, but it's generally wood, like treated wood. We sell logs, logs and kindling.
Logs.
We sell.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be
dry.
smokeless.
No, but it'd be dry.
Yeah.
So it's the way it burns. You wouldn't put wet wood on a fire because of the smoke.
Yeah.
But saying that, you're in the country, if there's farms near you, right? Yeah. They're allowed to have fires on the field to burn the excess crops off.
Yeah.
And I've got to admit, it does look rather nice when you light them all. But it depends on which way the wind's going.
Yeah,
because you wouldn't want it to. You wouldn't want it to get into the woodland.
Oh, and it's when they burn the chicken. There's a certain time of the year where they start burning all the chicken waste and stuff, and it's like.
Well, it throws chicken in the air, but the thing is.
It's
the thing is, if you're a vegetarian, you don't want to be smelling it, do you?
No, it doesn't bother me that much, but no.
It'd be worse if you're a vegan.
Thank you.
Sorry, did I say vegan or Vulcan?
Vulcan. I think I'm a Vulcan. If you look at my ears.
Live long and prosper.
That's the one.
Rasta, you're back again. Okay, I didn't know you'd gone.
Yeah, I think he dips in and out.
Well, as I say, this was sort of like a quick live. It wasn't anything structured, as you can probably tell. Most of these lives are like this, by the way. And it gives you a flavour of what we'll be doing on the radio as well. The radio show is now live, folks, and if you go to www.grimreaperradioshow.com, you'll be able to not only get access to the Grim Reaper show, but also 5 other radio channels as well. We have Grandad's radio channel, which is on 24/7. We have a new one which has just come on, Not So Shady radio show, or radio. And we've got a couple of American streams. And we've got vigilante.media as well going from there. It's a very young site at the moment. And there's hardly anything there. But that's the way it is. Hey, we've got a pirate.
Arr.
A pirate dredger. I don't know who you are, but you're welcome.
Yeah.
Well, just saying hello to Rasta does not mean to say that you're a nice person. Probably are, but in the YouTube world, we have to be very, very careful.
It's Rasta's friend.
Oh, right, that's fine. That's fine.
Right.
You get a pass, pirate.
Pirate pass.
I was a pirate, but they say once a pirate, always a pirate. But wasn't a pirate that sailed on the seas.
Right. Were you back whenever? Did you do pirate radio at all?
No, not pirate radio.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't pirate radio. I was involved in them round things that you put into a machine and it burns things onto.
Were you really? Okay.
Yeah, it was that sort of thing that I was involved in, shall we say. I think... Now, going back, I can't remember if it was the hardware. Yeah, it would have been the hardware, not the software, because I learnt the software. So it was me that built the hardware, the machines. And it was great fun when you had got 6 burners going at the same time. My best achievement was having a 15-rack burner system. Yeah. So you loaded 15 discs and it all burnt the same thing at the same time.
Wow. So
when one was done, they were all done. How the hell we never got raided, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, let's face it, I mean, Mr. Piggies, linking back to the Beatles, you've got to listen to that one if you've not heard it.
Piggy Wiggies, I've heard, or whatever it's called.
Piggies.
From the White Album. The White Album. Yeah, that was another Manson reference, yeah.
Yeah. They have no intelligence whatsoever, especially when they're buying 3 for a tenner.
They're only human. Well,
yeah.
Oh, Pirate. I was just going to say, Pirate Richard. He says, "Hello, Grim Cheers. I'm a lovely wee man." He says, "I hunt the Queen's gold from our rivers." Pirate treasure. Is that another? Hang on. Guess that makes me a pirate. Is that another term for what do they call it again? Like magnet fishing or stuff like that?
No. They actually dredge for gold.
How did you do that? I mean, with nets or because gold isn't magnetic, is it? Of course.
No, you dredge it and then wash it.
Dredge it.
Yeah.
That's not like panhandling, is it? Surely not.
No, not on the same scale, but very similar. Oh, really? And there might be times when you do panhandle.
So it's about knowing the locations or having an idea of where things have gone down in history or whatever.
Yeah, and also
a Hoover.
The Hoover. Yeah.
Really, it could happen, couldn't it? A Hoover, yeah.
Yeah. A Vax.
Aquavac, yeah. Okay.
I'd like to see the extension lead on that one.
It sounds like the way to go, doesn't it? That kind of thing. Lots of people are getting into the magnet fishing these days, aren't they? But that would be more worthwhile, wouldn't it? Looking for old gold. I mean, if you find something in a river that like sovereigns or something, do you have to declare it on land? You do, don't you? You're meant to. If you go somewhere and like it's an ancient Roman site and you find old coins that's worth a fortune, you're meant to declare where you got it from. I'm sure people don't.
Yes, because it's sovereign.
Right.
It's declared as belonging to the state, although it's not.
Now, would that be the same in water?
Technically, yeah, because it's still coming from the land. It's just covered with water.
Okay. I wasn't sure whether there's some kind of maritime law that covered that. What's that? You need to dredge. You're right, Grim. It's all underwater. Panhandle. Okay. A dredge sucks everything and cleans the gold out. Oh, so a dredger is like a Hoover, is it?
Yeah.
Take nothing and give nothing back in the rivers. Take nothing and give nothing back in the rivers.
Apart from the water, so basically you're cleaning it as you go along.
Okay.
That sounds pretty like a good idea. I know there's what people don't know. Okay, I have no idea what people don't know, so I can't comment on that one.
What people don't know don't hurt them, probably.
Yeah. He's buffering. Okay, what people don't know, buffering.
Buffering. That sounds like polishing the gold.
Well, the thing is, it's perfectly legal, you know. Hello, Chunky.
Chunky Geordie.
Yeah, I know. I need to check your channel out and have a good look at it. Rasta has his own YouTube channel, and it's nothing like this. It's more organised.
But as Pirate Treasure got a channel. I mean, I guess you've got to be careful having channels like that if you're doing that. I mean, magnet fishing's one thing. I mean, say for instance, if you're magnet fishing, you see some of these videos where they're in the Thames and they pull out a gun or something. And
then it needs to be it needs to be handed over. That.
Of course, if you got it on video, they would have to hand it over. But if they didn't record it, what would they do with it? I mean, yeah, but then you're running the risk of getting caught with it, I guess.
Well, you never know. It could be linked to anything. You know.
Exactly. You could get.
I mean,
stuff
that's how they solve a lot of stuff. You know. No problem, Gina. Thanks very much. Appreciate it. Thanks for joining us. I know you've got to take Ziggy out to see that. I've got to take my duck out as well shortly. So I only jumped on because Bear went, I'm not going live. I said, all right, come on, mine. I've not seen him.
No, I wonder if he's on. Let's have a look.
See if you can find him.
I found him.
He's on his own show.
No.
All right.
No, he's with Gamer and Film Boy.
All right, fair enough. We can always go and do a raid over there. You just told them that the Grim Reaper sent you. All two of us.
Do you know, I've never been on Film Boy's channel. I've not been on many channels, to be fair. I'll drop in now and again on different channels, but very rarely. I mean, I've dropped in on BB-8 because he was lonely one night and nobody was going on, so I said I'll drop in and started talking about all sorts. I can't remember what we spoke about now. We ended up talking about eating those African ground snails, the big large. I can't think of what they're called now.
Snails.
The snails, yeah. What do they call them? The massive snails. They don't call them large African ground snails. They call them. I think they're just African ground snails.
All right. Okay.
Somebody happened to say, like, can you eat them? And it's like, well, why not? If you're really that hungry, why not? You can eat anything as long as you top and tail it. Surely, that's where the conversation went.
Right.
You know. Yeah, anything.
That makes sense. Yeah. Don't forget, I have had a conversation with Bear.
Right.
It tends to go all over the place. I mean, I've got to. I'll let you into a little secret. You've listened to the conversation, and there's only a few of us here, and I'm sure we can keep this amongst ourselves. That conversation was done on a wing and a prayer.
You mean the podcast on the radio station? Or
Yeah. That conversation. The outline was, I want to know more about you because I don't know that much about you, where you came from, how you got into it, into auditing, etc. So that's the way it started, and then we ended up talking about some other things. Now, he's supposed to have gone away and done some research, but with everything that's been going on just recently, I don't think he's had the time to, but there will be a part 2.
Yeah.
Stroke part 3. I personally think I should have done that in 2 halves because it's quite a long conversation. It went, I think it's just under 75 minutes in total. Now, I'm hoping it was enough to keep you listening throughout and you wanted to know more because although, yes, it was slow.
Hang on, Grum. Pirate George is saying you've lost us, my friend. I think you need to explain what we're talking about.
Okay. On the website, the first podcast that went up was
the
with
radio
Bear
station.
on the radio station, right? And I uploaded that first because he was the first one to step forward to have a chat about life in general and auditing, and we ended up talking about various things, and he said that he wanted to go and do some research so he could put some facts to things. So I'm waiting for him to come back, but because there's been a lot of issues in this area, we've not been able to, within YouTube community on the auditing side, he's not had a chance to go and have a look at the research and come back to me. So go to the website, grimreaperradioshow.com.
Post a link, but I reckon it'll just disappear, won't it? Because I'm not modded. There's the link.
Put it in the private chat for me. And
okay. I'll put the link in the chat, and it seems to be there, but I will put it in the private just in case it disappears. That's the one for BBA's. Hang on, how do we? There we go.
It's in the private. There's something in the private chat.
That's the link. There's the link. That's for BBA, so I can put the one up for the station as well if you want.
If you just put it on the state. That's it. Cheers. That's the link for the radio station anyway, so that's fine.
No, that's the link for BBA's chat.
It'll all go in the same. It's fine.
You can find the rest from there. I can hear again, Grim. Oh, what? Oh, does he mean? Oh, he may have lost us. I thought he meant he'd lost us, as in lost the thread of where we were going. Sorry.
Oh, that's fine.
It's still on. What's PD? Is it still on PD?
Pod.
Oh, pod. Yeah. It's that's going to stay there now, isn't it? That will stay there. That's it. There's the link for the radio. That will take you to BBA's conversation podcast, but you'll find the rest of it from there. You'll soon navigate it from there.
Yeah. As you can say, this is something we prepared earlier.
Of course.
I don't really.
Isn't it, this?
Yeah, I don't really like self-promotion in any way, shape, or form. But get yourself over to the GrimReaperRadioshow.com. No, seriously. If you like open conversations, respectful debates, access to non-censored areas, because it's not just on YouTube. I've also got channels in other areas as well, which means that all things being equal, I'll be able to, if there's something interesting, get permission, and I can share it through the website, and it'll take you there, where they don't have the same sort of restrictions as we have here. Most importantly, this is an ongoing. If I said experiment, that'll be the wrong word. But we've put a contact us page so that you can send ideas or comments through to us. We can have a look at that, and we've also got a page where you can go in, you can have a chat amongst yourselves while listening to the radio station, which is currently on autopilot, auto DJ, I should say. So it's playing music, but we are planning on taking lives over there as soon as possible. We just need somebody who's got certain equipment that will allow us to do that.
Right.
Because it needs to be streamed from into one box and then out of that box to another PC or to a PC, and then it'll go straight to the radio station where you'll be able to hear it. There will be a slight delay, but this is what we're planning on doing. If I did a live on the radio station, the mic isn't nowhere near as clear as this. It breaks up. Now, those who have spoken to me before I got a better setup, will know how bad things were when I was trying to connect. And I'm going, but it's fine here.
Yeah, it sounds good. Can I just butt in and say, right? You may not like to self-promote, but I've just noticed something. I think I would recommend, on your YouTube channel, you've got the about or channels. It would be useful if you dropped in a link to the station, maybe in the YouTube description.
Well, yes. I think I'll probably get that sorted. I shall have a word with Grandad and to get him to sort something out. I'll tell you.
Things like your Telegram, your Discord, your the station. It all needs to be in the description, really. You've got to promote yourself, haven't you? Or at least make people aware so they know where to go and find you.
Self-promotion, yeah.
It's not self-promotion.
Yeah. Well, you know where I'm coming from. Yeah, certainly the Discord channel. Discord channel has got quite a few members in at the moment, but we need more so that we can have conversations similar to this, but on a better scale, shall we say, because it's not restrictive. The only downside is apparently Stan has a problem with his microphone, so we need to work that one out.
Do I? Is it working?
Well, no, you said there was a problem. You had a problem with Discord when you went into Discord with your mic.
Oh, with Discord? Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. It's still not working.
Right.
Yeah, I'll sort it eventually.
You see, Discord is great.
The only way around that, I think I can use it through my phone, which I don't like to do because I just don't like phones next to me. But I think I can access it with a phone. I just don't like phones.
Is it 5G?
It's a Motorola StarTAC. I'm not sure.
Oh, that old.
I don't know. It's quite new, actually. It was brand new in the box. I bought it on eBay.
Yeah. But all those years ago, Stan. You know, Mr. Bell designed that one, didn't he?
I think so. Or was it Gray? I'm not sure. I think it's Eliza Gray.
It's actually, it probably is a good phone. I don't know much about phones.
I like the display on it. It's got like a side-scrolling green text. No camera, nothing. I love it.
Oh, it's very basic.
Yeah.
Good.
The SIM card's the size of a credit card. Honestly. It's
right, fair enough. Do you know what is the definition of a smartphone user?
Go on.
Well, anything smart has been developed for dummies.
To use.
It's
like the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody can use them.
Yeah. So what I'll do is, I actually don't have a channel as such in Telegram. I'm part of a group in Telegram, Fake Mike Real News. I have a Discord channel, Standing Up for Your Rights, I think I called it, something like that. Yeah. It was a long time ago, folks, and I never thought I'd ever use it seriously. The idea was there, but when I started doing this, I thought we need somewhere where we can have a chat, have a conversation amongst ourselves and get people in a safe environment. And that was the best one for it. Now, the way it's been set up is you've got head of table, kings and queens, knaves, and slaves. Slaves are when you first join, and providing you make a few comments or Stan there thinks that you're a favourite. He never has favourites. Then you get promoted to a knave, which is just a general member, to be honest. The kings and queens are the equivalent of mods. And at the moment, most people tend to come in and very quickly get to that stage. We have an area for chit-chat, an area for conversation like this, where we can have up to 6 people in and loads of people listening. But you can also use one of the chat areas to speak to us, ask questions or whatever. We can have all sorts of debates in there. That's not a major issue. It's uncensored.
I've put a link in the private chat for you if you want to share it.
Oh, fantastic. I'll put that out. More members.
I just need to go drink a water. I'll be back in a sec.
Yeah, the idea is that we can all come together and have a chat at different times of the day, etc. And we can also have other conversations. And if I can get it to a situation where we can link it, then we will do. And it's the Silent Assassin. Hello. Interesting name. I'm not sure where you've come from, but be interesting to see if you say anything or whatever. It looks to me like you're a friend of Rasta's. This is going to be interesting. He's got more friends than I have. I haven't got any friends. There's only Stan, and you can't really call him a friend. He insults me all the time. So, yeah. So if you want to, click the link for the Discord channel. It's an open invitation, I hope. If it's not, please go to the radio's website. Let me know in the comments and I can sort that. That's not a problem. And we'll put another link up. There are links that, within the website for you to be able to hop across into the other areas. Including the new Facebook, more or less. It's called TLB talk.com. Register for there. There is no censorship on there at all in relation to the topics, and there's lots of people in there who will reply to your comments as they get to know you, and also you can reply to their comments as well. I just ask that you're respectful at all times. Stan, have you come back yet from that long walk to the kitchen?
I'm back. Yeah, I've been
listening.
Yeah.
Stan?
I've been listening. Yeah.
Stan? Do you know what? I think he's falling down the well outside.
Is my mic not working? Hello?
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 Oh, sorry, Stan. It is you. You sound very echoey from down in that well. You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine now.
All right. You managed to climb up. You know, living out in the country, you know, I didn't think you'd have a tap.
No, I've got an artesian spring. Actually, we do have springs around here. Lots of very good springs. They sell worldwide, these springs.
Are they attached to anything like a Zebedee and hops around or anything like that, you know?
Yeah, that kind of spring.
I don't know.
We do have one locally that's known for healing. It might give away too much, but you know, I'm from the Three Counties anyway. That's no secret. You know, that's Hereford, Gloucester, or Worcester. So we have, you probably know the water treatments, you know, from back in the day. Who was it? Whose daughter died in one of the counties? What's his name? Darwin. Charles Darwin.
Oh right.
When I go there, I visit his daughter's grave every time. I go up there, get a sandwich, get a drink, and go and sit next to her grave. Elizabeth, is it Anne Elizabeth or Elizabeth Ann Darwin?
I thought you were going to say that you get there, and you know, you sit next to the grave, and that's when you get your sandwich, and you offer her a piece. You know, just out, you know, to have a conversation with somebody.
I do. Just don't say a lot, but I do have a conversation.
I mean, that's the problem. It's all right, you know. As long as you don't start jumping up and down on the grave, you'll be fine, mate. Are you a healer, Stan?
It depends what you mean by that. A healer? Well, It depends what you mean by that. Actually, I mean, I can't say I've had any success, but I'm interested in crystal healing, chakra healing. I like aura reading, that kind of thing. I wouldn't say I'm a healer. I like herbology. I'm interested in all that, yeah.
Mhm.
But I wouldn't say I'm a healer. I'm ex-military. Okay. Ex-military, welcome. And what regiment were you in? Pirate said he should plug your radio station on our channels. Oh, that would be cool, wouldn't it, Greg?
Yeah, will do. More than happy to come in.
Pirates on Fake Mike too. But Fake Mike's coming up on the radio station. Reiki. Okay, see, that's something I'm interested in too. Reiki. I mean, yeah, Reiki healing. Even the idea of distance healing, which it's different to Reiki, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, there's German system. The Germans have advanced like the chakras and the Reiki, and instead of using I'd say hands-on, but it's not even on. They use like light ones, like laser light ones. They look like little lightsabers, and they use different coloured ones for different parts of your body. The Green Howards. Green Howards. I don't know that regiment. Do you, Grim?
No, I've never heard of them.
I know who the Green Jackets are, but the Green Howards. I can send Reiki anywhere. Yeah, distance healing. I get what you're coming from. I've read into vibrational healing a lot and Reiki healing, and the idea of like, well, you could just send it instantly, because that's the way the universe works.
I had a friend who was a healer, and believed in positive thoughts and sending thoughts, and she had a lot of I wouldn't say followers, friends who believed in the same. Now my friend claimed to be a white witch, and I've known I'm coming to this. Hang on. She passed away, unfortunately, due to serious issues, shall we say, mainly the end, lack of oxygen. But listen, I could joke about it, honest.
Okay. If she was a white witch, she'd probably she had a wonderful sense of humour. She was. We met. Oh God, over 20 years ago now, and we just got on with the house on fire. She understood my humour. I understood her humour. I didn't understand the things that she was into, like Festival of Light and things like this. None of it made sense to me at all. But I don't judge people on. It's how they treat me. Yeah. If people treat me, with respect, I'll give respect back. And harm none. And harm none. If you want to live that way, then where's the problem?
Well, exactly. You do whatever you like within reason. I don't care. Did you say we started as slaves? No. You really thought I was serious?
Slaves. Well.
Knaves and slaves. We do have
not that kind of slave.
we do have a dungeon area where if somebody broke the rules and they needed to be not kicked, because I don't believe in kicking people. At the end of the day, every mistake you make is a chance to learn from your mistake. And if you don't learn, you do it again, then that's a different kettle of fish. But everything in life we're learning constantly. And we do learn from our mistakes. I mean, I learned not to break the radio. So,
I do, but are you saying you won't do it again?
I'm going to do the best that I can not to do it again. It's Burr Blue.
Burr Blue, that's the one.
Yep. Burr Blue. How you doing? Hope you're okay. We do learn from our mistakes, theoretically. So, if people do say something which is or do something which offends in any way, then they do have the right to appeal.
Yes, go on.
Which is in the, basically within the rules. The rules are straightforward, respect for everybody, etc. But if you do break any of the rules of it, and you want to appeal, there is an email address. Please take note when you join, because it's a very serious email address. It's Australian for starters, so if you've got any Australians, they'll certainly understand it. It's what was it we called it? Oh yes, it was Dillygaff at idon'tcare.com, and that's your right of appeal, because once you're out, you're out. But I don't want anyone to leave, because I think there's a place for everything. As long as we have a nice chat, decent conversation, I don't see what the problem is. We've got some very good kings and queens who will be looking after everything, and hopefully sorting out either movie nights or something like that, anything, because that's something else that we can do. We can host a movie night, so people can come in and they can watch a movie. Obviously, it won't be anything which is on the technical side of breach of copyright, because we would never do something like that.
It's all independent pornography. Sorry. No. Homemade.
Stan, what earlier on you were talking about these three buttons, right?
Yeah,
At the side of your name, and we went through them, didn't I? I mean, I told you what they were. And what is the last one?
Okay.
Okay, so we do not, under any circumstances whatsoever, allow Stan to host a movie night.
No.
Because knowing him, it'll have something to do with midgets.
Oh, right. You've been on my channel, haven't you?
Yes. I know exactly what you're like, sir. Don't forget, we have hosted these a few times, and you do let slip occasionally. It's not, it's just the way it is. It's called questioning and getting to the root cause. I won't say bottom because that gets them excited. As always, you can tell this is pre-rehearsed. Stan knows exactly what I'm going to say next, don't you, Stan? Hasn't a clue, really, because even I don't.
Oh, do you know what?
We got social storyteller. Hold it. Hold the phones. We have. Sorry. Just hold the phones a second. Seriously, we have social storyteller version 1.0. Who has what's this? There are a good few films that ownership has gone on YouTube. All right, okay. Well, I haven't a clue what you mean by that, but welcome and thank you, real Stardust person.
Ownership has gone on YouTube. Science Theatre 3000. I think I have. Is that? I think so. If it's sci-fi horror kind of podcasty kind of stuff, it sounds like that, but I don't know if it's the same thing.
I know YouTube are putting out free movies. Older movies, but they are free movies. So I think the copyrights have gone on them, because I can't see Google buying the copyright for things like The Fast Lady back in 1960, whatever.
Oh, I saw that as a teenager. Yeah.
But yeah, they are actually doing films on YouTube without adverts, apparently, providing you use Brave as your browser, because Brave, unlike the others, kicks out all of the horrible little adverts. Yep. They have these little robots talking over old B movies. I thought he was going to say talking over old farts.
Okay, that, yeah. Old B movie. Oh, by the way, I did put the link in the chat to the complaint department, but it didn't show up because it's an email address. So I've put it in the private chat if you want to post it.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yes. No, it wasn't there, but it's close.
Isn't it? Is that wrong? Hang on.
Wasn't it Gmail?
Was it Gmail or the other one, Hotmail?
If you go into it, you'll see it. The complaints department.
Yeah, that's the one. Isn't that the email address for the complaint department?
No. It's close, but it's not at that domain.
Was it Hotmail?
No, it's at idon'tcare.com.
Oh, that one. Let's change that. Let's change that.
You just can't get the staff.
No. Not when I'm involved. There we go.
Honestly, Stanley.
So anyway, what?
When I start calling you by your stage name, then it's time to go. Have I upset him? Right, hang on a second. I'm going to have to type this out because I haven't got the email address yet. So
is that it there? Is that right?
I don't know where you put it. You've not put it in the private chat.
Yeah, it's in the private chat again.
Oh, sorry, my mistake. Didn't see it's come up all of a sudden.
Is that the one, is it?
That is the one.
Okay. What's that? Gonna try and ring soon. Ring? I've put in Devilish Little Robots talking over old boo movies, a few films, ownership. See, I was wondering about that with music because lots of people use like commentary videos and stuff. Apparently, I don't know if it's the same. I doubt if it's the same with music. If you talk enough over something, it's a commentary, isn't it? I don't know if they changed the rules on the music. You could play 8 seconds of a song, and then as long as you cut it, you can get away with it. Or if you're playing somebody else's video and you're talking over it, where some people actually sit there and just watch a video, and it's like, how do they get away with that? Because they're just they're just sitting there watching somebody's video.
Just for the millions in the chat, because we've actually reached triple figures, 666.
Yes.
No, I'm only joking about that. If you wish to reuse this email address, right, by all means do so. It is not copyrighted. And if it was, it came from someone higher up than even me. But yes, any complaints at all, please contact Grim Reaper Radio Show's complaints department at that email address, and I'm sure that they will receive your email and take appropriate action. So if there is an issue regarding even this one, yeah, by all means, we're on YouTube. Instead of YouTube having a go, you have a go. By all means, there's a complaints department, and as you can tell, we really care. If you've got, pardon?
I was going to say, talking about YouTube changes again. I heard something yesterday about live streaming. Apparently, they reduced the amount of subs or views. Apparently, it's down to 50 now rather than 100 to actually do a live stream on YouTube. Is that correct?
I have no idea because I don't even know how many subs I've got. Angel Man.
Chris Rock. You going to read it?
I'm just reading through it.
Only women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. A man is only loved under the condition that he provides something. Chris Rock. Yeah.
Yeah. Can I just put something else onto that? Unconditional love until such time as they do something wrong is your offspring. Usually when they're born. That's when it stops. Or the alternative, and apparently this is controversial, and I don't know why. Maybe you can explain that children should be shot at conception.
Oh, whoa. Shot at conception. Okay, shot at conception.
It has saved me a fortune with my ex.
Oh, dear. They're shot to conceive, I guess.
No, shot at conception. No,
Oh, shot at conception. Oh,
Yeah.
dear. Oh, yeah.
the opposite of a black widow.
Mm.
It would be a male black widow. Think about it.
Or a pigeon, don't forget. That's why we don't see baby pigeons.
Oh, don't you start on that, please.
Because they die. Adult
I
pigeons
am-
die during
I-
sex, and that's why there is no baby pigeons. And I
Well,
know this for a fact.
Hang on. My apologies for this. I forgot to mention that pigeons are not allowed as a subject, and there's a reason for it, right? Pigeons are not spy things. They are bloody birds, right? Now, if pigeons died at the point of conception, right, then you wouldn't see any. You would only see baby bloody pigeons.
No, there is
You
no
wouldn't-
baby pigeon. I told you this before. The reason there are no baby pigeons is because when pigeons are having when
Hang on
basically,
a second.
they
From the
die-
fringe, right?
They die during sex, and I know this for a fact because the last 3 pigeons I had sex with died instantly.
There you go, folks. Ba-bum.
Okay.
It's down. That was as good as it was the first time round.
Oh no, I just thought I'd remind.
Rastaman liked it.
Yeah. I'll have what he's on.
On it, and Berblue did. On a cringe scale, right?
Spinal Tap. It's up to 11, right?
Marks out of 10. Yeah, but hang on a second. Didn't you upset the pigeon owners because they were homing pigeons? They didn't return. Was that what it was?
That's the one. Yeah.
No wonder he attracts them
dear.
sort of birds.
Oh dear. No. It could get more sinister. I mean, the thing it reminds me all this. We don't want to talk about pigeons, but does anybody remember the notorious Happy Mondays incident with the pigeons? What were they doing? Trying to wean out the natural pigeons from the robots? Do you remember they did the rooftop gig? It was like a grim version of the Beatles, wasn't it? Where they roll up bits of bread with rat poison in it. And that day, it must have been like about 6,000 pigeons rained dead across Manchester that evening. It was mass murder, but they got away with it because they're verming.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
They topped the bill.
Grim, wow. My babies are having babies.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's a topic for another day.
Oh, dear.
I'd hate to try and work that one out, I'll tell you. Now, I read that somewhere, and for the life of me, I cannot remember where, but it stuck with me for a long, long time, and I still think of it now. And if only it was legal, it would solve the problem that we have of overcrowding in the world today. And probably annihilate the human race eventually. Well, would that be a bad? Oh no! Let's not go into those sort of areas. Would that not be a bad thing? If it was I can't see it being a good thing because I wouldn't meet all these wonderful people online. I've suddenly got a lot of virtual friends.
Wow, this sounds like something Cole Pilkington would talk about, doesn't it?
Thank you very much for coming in, Storyteller. Do appreciate it. I'll catch you again somewhere. Bye for now.
Later.
No what? Rasta. You know, I love one word sentences. I really do. Explains a lot. The other thing which I pretend friends, yeah, virtual reality friends, well, virtual friends. I've got to know so many people. Some people I found funny. Some people have found like, it's like a bit like watching paint dry.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And how did you know? Oh, you know me too well.
You started with funny, and I thought, well, that's ruled me out for a start, hasn't it? You know, it's got to be option B.
And there's a lot of people out there who I've spoken to who've got their own personal stories, and that's something else which, if they feel that they can talk about themselves and look for any support in what they're going through personally, again, that is the sort of thing that we would encourage people to do. We will do a conversation, and only when you give permission would we publish it. But sometimes talking about things helps you get through to the next stage. And I've noticed certainly in the Telegram chats that we've got and the groups that I'm in, everybody is very supportive of each other, which is absolutely fantastic. Eyes on the audit now.
No, this is something
Another superstar. Go on.
It's over the last few days. I've noticed like there's lots of people in the auditing community, because the key word is community. Those people that don't go out auditing, all of a sudden started doing like mental health talks, or even just open talk. I mean, you must have seen like we've had like addiction talks. It's expanding on the auditing community. It's not just auditing anymore; it's a community, because everybody in this community, not everybody's an auditor. And
no, I agree.
People are starting to input now with their personal stories.
I am not an auditor. Never claimed to be. And I don't think I'd ever pick up a camera. I think the nearest I ever thought of it was going out with a camera and taking pictures of buildings, just for myself. Give me something to do. No, not pin up. No, more being a tourist, to be honest. But given the circumstances at the moment, I couldn't do that. Pardon me. It's just something I couldn't do personally. But other people who do, fantastic. It's great to see. But
it's getting people involved, and it really is becoming more of a community that is based around auditing. But yeah, like we say, like not everybody is an auditor. What link?
I want to try and call again. Can you put which link are you referring to, Rasta?
Gilligaff? Is it complaints departments? It started sleeting. Oh, okay. We had a little bit of snow this morning, or sleet, but it was only for about 10 minutes.
Well, it's not. I wasn't expecting it to still be on, to be honest. But now we've got such a star in the chat as well. I suppose.
He wants to call to speak. Are you talking about like? I don't think. Are you set up for a call?
No.
On here? No. I think that's more to do. That's more to do with the radio station, isn't it?
Yeah. When we use Skype. You can't. Unfortunately, you can't call into here. You have to use the link. I can give you the link by all means to come in here. That's what you want. Ask if your connection allows you.
Have you figured out how to mod me up yet? Because I could do all this kind of thing for you.
I know you could. No, I haven't.
You haven't.
I'll be able to sort something out soon. The problem is because I've got StreamYards open, it's stopping me from opening up YouTube. at the same time, and I can't do it on my phone. It needs to be on the laptop. I don't think, but I shall have a look.
Can I ask?
So-
I noticed something in one of the chats the other day from Mrs. J. Is she on board now? She said she was involved in some behind the scenes. Maybe is she...
Yes.
Okay. All right.
In a short answer, yes. Yeah.
fair enough.
There's a few things which are going on. She's got her own channel, radio channel, which you can get access to.
Okay.
From ourselves. We are looking for people to come on board to either help with putting things together behind the scenes, so to speak, or if they want their own radio station, we can sort that out. We can help build a website if that's what people need. It doesn't have to be about auditing or anything. It's just an area where you can do what you like within reason. So I think really it's a good way for people to branch out.
Okay. Can you send me her link in Discord by any chance at some point? So I wouldn't mind having a look to see what she does actually.
Yes,
Other
I
than
will.
The obvious. other than the obvious.
Yeah, that's not a problem.
Cheers.
Oh, right. Okay. You can't get in yet. All right. It needs to go on to 5G.
Pirate join if you can. I'm interested in hearing some of what Pirate does actually with this. That's kind of interested me. It's piqued my interest. The whole what do you call it, dredging or the process, or even I don't suppose you got to be careful about talking about your finds, I guess, haven't you, when it comes to stuff like that. But
or locations.
Or locations, yeah, you can talk about your finds, can't you? As long as you don't say where you found them, yeah. So I'm not a coin collector, but I don't mind picking up some of the old coins. Like in the shop, sometimes people pass money, like old money, only from the 1950s. I got one that come in. It looked like a 5p piece, and it's from like 1827. No, 1927, I think it was. And I collect those little bits and pieces just from working in the shop. It's like, yeah, I'll put the 5p in for that. It's not worth anything, but it's interesting to hold, I think Rastaman might understand, it's like, who knows who's handled that, how many people, where it's been, and, try and tap into part of history using your own senses. That some people call it hoodoo or mumbo jumbo or whatever, that kind of feeling. I'm just interested in that, really. I don't know if you're there, Grim.
I'm still here. I'm just sorry. I'm trying to.
You go ahead with that. I'm just going to backtrack actually to what Russ said about the Reiki and the symbols. Yeah, I've got an interest in symbols too. You're talking about like sigils, not necessarily sigils, but like ancient symbols that you paint on your hands and stuff for the Reiki. And he also said he was a large medium, but that's digressing. But yeah, I'm interested in symbolism and stuff, and the power of focusing on symbols. And it's not necessarily, it could be the symbol that actually holds the power, but you've got to put your mind to the power for the symbol to take effect, I guess. What's that? You found an opal. Was that an opal fruit or a real opal? Silver 6p sounds, it doesn't show his gold. I bet he don't. I'm sure he don't. Just visualize the symbols. Exactly. I'm well into visualization. I do like meditation and journeys to other worlds, or journeys to inner vision, inner worlds. I like the idea of what do they call it? Inner templing, building the temple in your mind. Somewhere you can go to. It's a bit like a safe place, but it's more of a power place, isn't it? You build that place in your mind, and you can begin from there and then send yourself out. It's somewhere to come back to, isn't it? In the mind, because inner journeying, inner space, inner templing, I think it's important. It's something that not everybody does. It's something. It's not even a skill. It's something that maybe people do without realizing it when they're dreaming. In a stream is where I found opal. What, a live stream? You found it in a stream? Well, I guess you would do, wouldn't you? In water, opal. I've got some opal. I didn't find it, but I've got lots of stones and crystals and stuff like that, and I do have opal. But it'd be nice to go out there and actually find it for myself. You know, we find quartz and stuff here and there. Yeah, opal is. There's gold in the rivers. We still have what the Romans never touched. Exactly. I'd love to get my hands on some of that. Not just for the value, but just to, wow, you know, this is, it's been around for a long, long time. Just to hold it, feel it. Because around me, we've got like old sites that have probably just been absolutely pillaged by now, you know. What's that? Put the link in the chat, Gina, the video. What video is that? Oh, put the link in the chat, Gina, of the video. I don't think you will be able to put the link in the chat. You'd have to come into StreamYards and put it in the private chat, and then Grim would have to post it in the chat if that's what you're after, or you could describe the title maybe of the video, and I can try and search it, and if I find it, I can put the link in the private chat. Because if you put a link in, it just doesn't show, or it gets deleted. Yeah, I think you might be able to put the title of the video, or a title of one of the videos, maybe.
As long as it's typed, that's not a problem. But a link, it won't let you at the moment. I can't change it.
Yeah. It's only mods that can do that, isn't it?
Yeah. The biggest problem that I've got is that when I set this up, I didn't know about Autobots.
Right.
So that's the reason why we've got these issues. If anyone spots one, I can get rid of it. Now I know what to look for as well.
Oh, it's on your. Sorry, it's on your channel, Rasta, because I am subscribed to your channel actually. Hang on, let's see if I can find it. Opal found in England. You can spell England at the moment. There we go. Oh. And you say that's on your, is that on Rasta's channel? Video is called Opal Found in England, but only mods can put links in. Scotland, big gold up there. Similar Welsh friends. Did you say that's on Rasta's channel, or is this a video? Because I found one in, well, I found quite a few actually, Opal Hunters and. Got crazy music in the background, but is it on your channel? I'm going to have a look now anyway, just in case. Opal in England found. Yeah, I see it. Oh, that's tiny. Wow. I mean, we can't, if, I don't know, we could actually play it if Grim wants to play it. Type the name. I've got it. I've got it.
Yeah. Yeah, if you share your screen, stand go, I can do that.
All right.
You got it. People are,
hang on.
want to watch it. I have no problem.
Let's do a bit of reorganising here.
Yeah. I like a bit of. You know what? He never shuts up, does he?
Sorry.
Never.
No.
Apology not accepted. No, it is accepted. Yeah, you throw me off now. Yeah, you get yourself sorted, right? Quietly. No. You get yourself sorted and we can take it from there. If you share a screen, I can do that for you.
Is that sharing now, is it? I think that's sharing.
It will do in a second.
Okay. Oh, we're up there. I'll play it now. Let's make sure we got sound.
Anybody tell me? Is this Opal?
Wow.
Oh, what? Like,
I wonder how much
It's
that's
colourful.
worth.
That's nice.
too close.
Look at the colours on it. I
Opal,
love the
yeah.
way. Oh, wow.
I love the green.
Love the colours on Opal.
Some beautiful colours in it, like, isn't it?
Beautiful.
Well,
Something you
I
could
thought
wear on
Opal
your
wasn't
forehead,
fine,
on your
and
pineal gland. Pineal.
I thought I'd get a picture of it.
Wow. I love the way the light catches it. It's absolutely beautiful.
I found this.
Tiny, but beautiful.
It's beautiful. Might not be very big.
Just like my. Oh, never mind.
But do not give off some good colours.
Wow. It's amazing how you found it.
I love that green colour.
I can't hear it. Can you hear any sound? I can't hear any sound on music. I don't know if it's because I've got
Yeah, it's in the
volume turned
background.
down.
The only
Oh, okay.
bits I was using.
Spix off, cut off, StreamYard.
There's the
Oh,
driver.
nice.
There's all
Oh.
kinds of things in there.
I don't know if that's Jasper or
Yeah, the bits I've just taken out.
just. There's got to be a bit of Jasper there at least, by the looks of it.
Oh,
Redstone.
there.
To show you know it's open.
Opal. Opal.
Oh wow! Had it mounted.
Oh, it's opal. Got the same colours. It's tiny. There's a good sign finding
So
opals,
just-
like, isn't it?
Yep.
Talk about the tree of life.
My best.
I can't actually hear the music, by the way, because I'm sharing. It's cut off my sound, unfortunately.
Look at me leather hand.
I'll watch it again later.
Fuckers have seen some hard work in the time.
It's definitely that.
It's definitely awful.
Definitely.
I'm
God,
going
it
to try and
changes
small
colour. I
opal.
love opal. I like the labradorite
Some
too.
more green.
It's got similar kind of colour change. It's semi-precious, but I love labradorite or labradorite. Labradorite, I think it is. There you go. That's very nice. Like it. We're back. I missed all the comments too. There was probably a bit of talk going on there as well, wasn't there?
You should be able to see them.
Yeah, I'm back now. I lost all the chat into the what's that?
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
tell
yeah,
you.
you will do. Yeah, yeah.
I'll tell you where to find the gold stand if you can give you a canned reg. If you can snorkel. Yeah, I was thinking snorkeling's the way to go. Let's go. Found it panning for gold. So it's just through a pan. Bonnie Stone fella. Nice it is. Very nice. It was lowing my living room. It was like, what was? Put one of the pirates' videos on also. What video? I do lose sound though for some reason, but I can. If it's okay with you, Grim, do you want to see one of the pirates' videos?
Yeah, well, yeah. Go for it.
Yeah.
You're gonna
You give us a
send us the link in, and I'll put it up. You are sorry. I rephrase that. Send it the shared screen, and I'll put that up. I'm actually quite enjoying it.
Right. I found Pirate Dredger. I'm going to subscribe anyway. Also,
Send me the link, and I'll put it in the chat.
Either the link or a clue on the which one you want me to show. What's this one? Appreciate it. Pattern the Pirate getting a wee bit shy. A wee bit shiny. Part 2. Gold found September 2nd trip. War.
He doesn't
Oh,
have
we
to
got
go on.
we got a bot. Donald Montgomery. Get it.
Certainly, thank you very much. Yeah, if it keeps still long enough. And away it goes.
Bye. Okay. Have we got preferred video to play or?
Well, you were sharing your screen before. I'm waiting for.
There's a few videos. I'm not sure why I don't get sound when I do this. I normally get sound. I mean, I could just play. Why is that?
If you mute your mic, you'll be able to turn your volume up.
Oh, can I? Normally I can hear it. So we've done this before and it's worked all right.
Oh.
All right, let's just try one. Say for instance, gold found second. Is that a good one? Gold found on the second trip. Do that if you like. Let's share the link again. Not the link. The Chrome tab. There we go. Just randomly until we. You got it? Are we ready to play? Because I'm seeing a.
Yep. Go for it.
Now. There we go. All right.
There you go. Fuck. Go for it. Look, the maximum here, guys. What?
Doing its job.
It's doing its job. It's like a glass. See that? Running with glass.
So that's just a pan, isn't it? It's not
a big stain you can't
like a
handle.
Hoover or anything, as you put it earlier. It's just wow. Okay. It really is panhandling, isn't it? But with modern equipment.
This is truly awesome material.
Is that a GoPro, or is that some kind of meter?
Hell.
Apparently, it's a dredging video.
Luxury only speak for myself. How you doing, guys? Back out in the river again.
The Cumbrian corner.
And the Cumbrian corner. Look at that bit of spots here. Look at that. Bring it out to its madness. Right, so.
It's a nice and simple bit of equipment, isn't it?
I
Really?
don't know how many, I can't even remember. How many buckets have we done?
About 7 now.
Right, we're on 7.
Big buckets.
7 big buckets. So, I'm going to show you. Right, check this out. Look at that. Look.
Sorry, is there actually talking on
Technology.
this video?
There's
Because I
another
can't hear
one
anything,
called
and I'm
the-
hoping I'm not talking over.
Yeah, there is.
Brilliant. This place is barely moving, guys.
I've tried and.
See that? It's barely moving. Right, I've had a wee bit of bother with my sluice, so I took it out of the water. Can you see that? I mean, can you see that, guys? You're watching the shovels.
A sluice
See that?
box.
Basically what's going on.
Okay. That's a sluice box. Put on a dredging video.
The Cumbrian corner is the winner. Winner, chicken dinner. Right, so, bear
Mines
with
are
me,
rated
guys.
18,
See what
folks,
I'm
just
doing
warning.
at all.
What do you mean 18? Is that mines?
Happen.
As in mine's or your
It's
videos?
quite
Your mic's on.
isn't it? Right, guys. Oh, wow. For once in my life, I'm fucking. There's too many. Check that out, guys. Check that. That's from. I can't even fucking. What was that for? Oh! No! What was that from again? This is out of 3 half buckets. 3 half buckets, okay. Fucking hell, guys. It's good gold, that. Good gold. So one can only imagine what's inside the keys. One can only imagine. Right. That was a slow moment there, mate.
Well, that was interesting. All right. I'm not sure what Sal's doing at the moment. Listen, folks, as much as I would really love to carry this on, I am tired, and I've still got to take the dog out for a walk. I will be around in the early hours. I usually am. If anybody else has silly, stupid body clock. I hope you've enjoyed it. Stan's not talking to me at the moment. He's decided to use himself.
Sorry, I didn't. I forgot to unmute.
Which isn't the problem. He's probably talking to himself and got more sense, as they say.
I was talking to myself. Sorry. It's
There
like,
you
yeah,
go.
but yeah.
There's always one, and it's usually Stan. Anyway,
You told me to mute up, but I still couldn't hear anything. But that's something else to work on. Never mind.
well, no, that's because you were talking over it.
I didn't realise that things were. Well, yeah, sorry. I do apologise. It's just so I had no sound, and I
Right.
wasn't sure whether it was silent.
Can you do me a favour, Stan, before we go? Can you, in the private chat, put the link up for Dredge's site channel, and I can post that, and then people can go to his channel, like, subscribe, and watch the videos.
Okay. Hopefully this is it. Alright. Before you post it, let me just click on it and make sure it's going to take us there. Yeah, there you go. That's it.
Thank you so much. Carry on talking.
Oh, sorry. As you know, you want me to talk. Fine.
You don't need my permission. I mean, you haven't yet. Okay, folks.
Channel 2?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, please.
Let's get that then. Might as well. Okay, let's put that on there as well.
And could you also put them in Discord for me, if you wouldn't mind?
Yeah, sure. I'll do that. Oh, you don't mind promoting other people, just not yourself. It does help to promote yourself because nobody knows when you're bloody on. I know you sent me a message and I thought, well, I can at least put it on Discord. But then as long as you've got the Telegram, because I'm not going to be on Telegram.
No, I know you know.
Wherever it is. But I'll definitely keep putting them on the Discord. But you need to give me a little bit more warning so people can actually see the messages. Or they won't know, will they?
Listen, it wasn't my fault. It's Bear's fault.
It was Bear's fault. Okay.
Now,
Right.
BBA, really nice guy, right? And I'm hoping to be able to jump onto that stream if there's not enough, if I can, before I go to sleep. Because I just want to thank Bear for following through what he said he was going to do, folks. I thought it was fantastic of him to come in and say hi. You know, I mean, would you say I'm being sarcastic?
Yep. Of course, it doesn't matter what you say. Of course, I'm going to say you've been sarcastic. I know you're all done well enough by now.
Or would you
They're
say I'm
not-
being nice?
It's just a reminder, isn't it, for next time, I guess. All right.
Right. I've
what-
thoroughly enjoyed this. It's actually been a bit of a giggle. You've lifted my spirits, as you always do.
Yeah. And now
Yeah.
I've got to do my bloody housework. Oh, I'm not going to bed tonight. My sofa's covered. My bed's covered. You need to give me a bit more notice before you come on. You really do. Bloody granddad. He needs to... if he was on...
Hang on a sec. I was going to come on live. You didn't have to jump on.
I did... Well, no, I didn't have to, but I got a message and it's like, oh, okay. I don't...
No.
I thought you just-
No. You hang on a sec. Sorry about this. We're just having a tiff. Right.
I
In
thought
the
you just wanted
chat.
to chat. Yeah.
In
yeah.
in the chat on BBA's, after I said that I was going live and started putting the link in, right.
Hang on. Let's rewind. You said you needed a mod, right? And I said, like, yeah, I'll keep an eye on that. And then you sent me a link. Next thing I know, I'm in StreamYard. You always do this to me. I'm in StreamYard, and it's like, what do you mean we're live? It's like, okay. Yeah, I know. Yeah. You
okay,
wait, these
have you
things.
stopped whinging?
And you still haven't modded me up. What point have we come to where I'm actually asking you to mod me up? I never wanted to be a mod on any channel. And now I'm asking you because, like, you need somebody on here to take care of those bots.
Well, yeah, I
Yeah,
totally agree.
I've stopped. Yeah.
Right, okay, can I get a word in edgeways? Jesus,
Yeah.
even the missus doesn't go on like you.
Go on then.
Gee, I don't know. If you want Stan to come back on and to start ranting and raving over absolutely nothing that makes any sense at all, and he just needs to hear his own voice again, then by all means, we will make sure that Stan is a regular. I'll see you later, guys. Thank you so much. And on that note, I will be ending the stream because I've got a feeling that if Stan doesn't get his
Housework.
housework done, yeah, that's the word. Yeah.
My rag changed. I don't know.
Sorry, I don't understand that word. That's all. You know.
I'm single.
Well, we all have our faults.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, believe it or not, it is dead simple to mod somebody up, but because I'm running the StreamYard, I can't do it. So, but I
And you
will
can only
sort it. I will
you can only
sort it.
Can you only do it when we're live, though? I think you can.
I need to do it when you're in the live with me, but there will be a way around it. I'm waiting on the older generation, Grandad.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Because
Oh,
he can do it on his machine because he can sort everything else out. But yeah, what's this? You're messy. Okay, Stan, your department is messy.
Oh, hang on. Let me get my rubber gloves on. I'll come and change.
I hate to think what he's been doing.
I'll do home visit.
Do you know what? No, he's not here. He's upstairs. Oh no, that was manners. Right. I'm going to end this now, folks. Thank you so much for joining. Let's do it again sometime. And for Stan's sake, let it be at least a few days.
Let it be.
Yeah.
You keep dropping these Beatles songs in, don't you? Take care, all. Be good to each other.
What have you been doing? He's been tidying.
Oh, he's messy too in that kind of way. It's your mind, isn't it, Fred? It's your mind.
No. All I said was he was messy.
Well, I think he means like in general. Yes, I know. I'm quite a clean person, but I've got the place turned upside down, inside out. I've got boxes everywhere. Yeah, never mind. I don't even want to think about it. But I've got to go to bed for you tonight.
He's a hoarder, not an auditor, a hoarder.
That's right. Save it.
Right, I've been threatening to go. I'm going to have to click that button, folks. Thanks again.
nice
Speak
one,
to you all
man.
again soon. And take care wherever you do. And be respectful to people.